Today, we are sitting down with Sonny Jackson and Emma Hayes. Sonny rests her hat on a deep understanding that who you work with matters. From her successful beginnings to her award-winning results, she consistently delivers luxury service to all clients. This notable producer ranks in the upper 2% of Northern Nevada regional MLS agents. And additionally, she was named top producing agent for Sierra Sotheby's International Realty 2019 to 2024 and top producing agent for the Reno office 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. RealTrends.com ranks Sonny in the top 1.5% of agents nationally for 2022, selected by America's Best Agents. Sonny's business partner is Emma Hayes. Together, the two of them deliver a world-class client experience. In this episode, we discuss business, manifestation, and the importance of partnerships. Let's dive in. Sonny Jackson, Emma Hayes, thank you so much for joining us today. Two of the most wonderful professionals in the business that help us so much and have partnered with us throughout the years to just help create such a fantastic client experience. Y'all are some of the best to ever do it on your end. So thank you so much for taking the time to join us on today's, I don't even know if you want to call it a podcast, but today's talk. So
it's a podcast. I love this.
I think it is.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. We adore you guys. So this is such a treat for us to be here too and do this with the both of you, the best in the biz for sure.
Yeah, this is a special treat for me because Sonny and I go back 10 years now.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. I think it'll be 10 years in October. Yeah.
Right. When you just got licensed in the business, right?
Just got licensed and got freshly introduced to you right after being licensed, which was a gift that has given me so much beyond, just client relationships. So I'm really fortunate.
I appreciate it. I feel the same way. And I've always introduced you to everybody I know and to the clients you refer me to as one of the greatest humans that I've ever met. I put you up there with Gandhi and a couple of the
ditto.
All those people are enlightened and they've moved on. They've levitated off the planet already.
Oh my God, that's the nicest compliment ever.
and Emma, I just know, and you and I haven't met or spent a ton of time together, but I know our limited interaction has been phenomenal. And I know if you're teamed up with this person over here that, you're a special person as well. So it always feels so good. And really, it's always about, for me, it's always knowing that when I get to work with, one of your clients, somebody you're helping buy a place, that it's just such a comfortable transaction because it's always coming kind of like from a heart-based place. So the people are already well taken care of by the time they come to me and Shay. And so it's easy for us to kind of take it from there and continue to sort of add on to the love, if you will. So, and just try to, always do the right thing. But I want to get back to why, how did you get into this business? I'm not even sure I know that story.
That's a great question. I actually have been in real estate now for 15 years. So before coming on being licensed in Nevada, I worked on the title and escrow side of things on the East Coast in Florida. So I, fresh out of college in Miami, went to work for a company called Property Debt Research, which on the East Coast, we had these. We don't have them on the West Coast. They're lien research companies and HOA debt violation estoppel research companies, they're called. So our title companies here on the West Coast do this for us, where they find outstanding utility debts and liens, HOA violations. Yeah. But over there, they hire third-party companies. So I worked for them. I was a client relation manager for them. And it was awesome because I got to, I was their salesperson for realtors, attorneys, all that. So I started with that base, got the backing of the transaction side where I read prelim title reports all the time and knew all the HOA documents. So coming into being licensed, it was a really good foundation for me.
No question.
But no question, Jay Margulies, who you know, basically was like, you need to get your real estate license and get out from behind the desk. And he was 100% right. It's been a total life-changing experience. And I love humans. So it's a much better play for me than just...
Yeah. I'm curious, what was the what was the driving force to get out from behind the desk and get into real estate? What was that conversation like?
That's a really funny one, actually. So my, at the time, father-in-law, Jay, had told me, you really should just get your license and see if you even like the grind of it. And I was so against it just because I don't like sales. I don't like, used car salesman-y, hey, come in here, buy this.
This house is perfect for you.
I don't like shopping. Yeah. I don't like being told ma'am, what do you need? What can I do? It just, the whole thing. I don't like cold calls. All that made me so uncomfortable. Whereas the other industry piece of it, I was guaranteed business you just worked with. So getting my license, I was I'm not going to let go of my other job because I'm really scared to just, try this other realm. But once I got busy enough and realized it was so relationship based and so kind of, yes, sales, but it's so much more guiding a process versus telling someone what to buy. I don't care what you buy. You are going to make this decision. You know what you want. You know what house you like. You know the neighborhood you want. I'll guide all the information, but I'm not going to force you in any direction. And that's when I was okay, I can do this. I love this. Yeah.
That is one of the secret sauces I think you have. And I see that on a lot of, transactions we work on, is even when I ask you okay, I mean, I try to get maybe we should get them moving in this direction. And you're well, let's just talk. We'll talk to them about it and see what they want to do, and so you don't do any shortcuts on that, which is so great, which is why, you're so busy now, right? How you guys are always running. I feel sometimes bad when I want to try to reach out to you because I'm I don't want to bother you because I know you're juggling. I mean, mom.
Yes.
Of one and one in the oven.
One in the way.
Right.
It's sorry if I'm breathing too much during this process.
Gonna edit that out.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I was gonna touch a little bit on the work-life balance. And
definitely.
Yeah. And Emma, you can chime in too, because I know you're balancing the same thing. I didn't even know.
Emma is
it seems like you guys are always working. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
So, and I know that's the nature of this business, and we all work whenever, we have to react to whatever our clients' needs are at the time. And there's such time sensitivity on the purchase as well, when it's hey, the perfect property just came on the market. I need to spend the next 3 hours with you writing up this contract and, or whatever it ends up being. So there's all that drop everything and work stuff. But tell me a little bit about how you're managing that, both of you. Either of you can go first.
I think that's spot on, is that we laugh when I think a new person gets licensed and says I just wanted to get my real estate license because it's such time flexibility. And you make your own schedule. I'm no, but
I hear that all the time.
Yes. But we're so fortunate to be as busy as we are. And I absolutely know for a fact that bringing on Emma full time as my licensed partner, she has changed the game for me tenfold. I was busy before. You guys know we've worked together now for so many years, but with her, it's tripled the business capacity. And I always say she catches the balls that are about to drop. She is very aware of what we need to do to just complete the puzzle. And I'm able to just continue to move forward and focus on those phone calls, focus on those relationships. Yeah. And you guys are another huge piece of that puzzle. I mean, I think the lender side of things is such a intense hit or miss, right? Someone can come in with their own lender, which I completely respect, and it's all their own decision. But yeah, you can always find someone, just like in realtor world, to do a cheaper job or do something, but they're cutting corners. And I think knowing that you guys will always get it to the finish line faster than anyone I've ever worked with. Plus you have that constant care, and you're the first person to tell someone hey, in all honesty, this might not be the best time to do this, or hey, let's work on a 6-month trajectory plan to make you into a better spot where this is a really solid, sound move for you. That to me is what Emma and I always say. We want to go to sleep every night knowing we did the right thing. Is something you two do so well that we kind of consider us this big bubble team. I think because of that, we've been able to scale. pretty massively, and we're 100% referral based now. So that's a major honor that
great.
we don't do any personal marketing. Like this
Yeah.
podcast is going to be a fun little thing, but like
No Zillow leads or any of that kind of stuff.
We don't pay for Zillow leads. We don't do clickbait. We don't do any of it.
Okay.
It's purely word of mouth, or we love to network and talk to other agents and feeder markets, the same type of thing. But yeah, that like care, that heart, like you were talking about, I feel like is 1,000% why we're able to do this.
That's the intangible that I think often gets overlooked, is that care and that the energy somebody puts into a transaction that radiates to both buyers and the sellers to make it even that much better. And certainly here, 1+1, I know you're talking about how Emma's tripled the business. We always talk about 1 + 1 can equal 3 a lot of times.
Yes.
And over 4. Yeah.
And people get caught up, right? Like, oh, should I hire a licensed assistant? How much will that cost me? Like, I read this amazing book that actually Breck Overall referred to me called Buy Back Your Time. And it was this exact topic of are you willing to invest $1 to make 5? You know, like it really is that. It's just like the investment with a partner like this is just like tenfold. She picks up my daughter from school when I have showings. She's like immersed into my life just as much as a business partner. And it's so huge. I can't put a dollar amount on my mental piece. And talking about boundaries, this is like the biggest, most difficult piece of this business for sure.
Right. Yeah. We could talk about that, the significant other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how that works. I mean, you could, if you want to touch on that too. Like, how do you balance? Like, I know, 32 years of doing this. It's about 32 years. And so
That's
my
amazing,
kids
by
and
the
my
way.
wife, thank you. They know, like, okay, dad's on the phone, or they know when that call comes in on the family trip sometimes on my cell phone. I'm driving, and then the car, then it comes on in the car and I'm talking to a client. It's amazing that they're all very quiet, and it's and they all respect it, and I respect their time too, and try to let's talk another time, so anyway, but love to hear how you're balancing.
Well, definitely prioritizing things, especially things that are time sensitive. I definitely want to get those things done. If we need to show something, get it done. But then also, as we were talking about, make sure to take time for, a quiet dinner or date night or something like that, where I can definitely put my phone away or try to stay off my computer, or if it's something I can come back to.
Yeah.
I think I push Emma's boundary too much. I literally, this woman will not say no at any point at any time.
I was going to ask.
She got Wi-Fi in her car, so she'll literally pull over on the side of the road and help me prep an addendum or a counter. Like, I think I need to keep I don't know. Maybe I could have better boundaries with her.
No, I like to just get it done. If something needs to be done, let's get it done. And then it's off our plate. And then, we can enjoy the afternoon or whatever we're all doing.
That's wonderful.
That's the thing, right? Like, you guys get it. You guys know this world. There is not a single time I can't reach out on a weekend that Bryan or Shay won't respond and say, got you. When are you writing this? What are we thinking? What are, and it does take that level of care of just like someone who wants to help others. It's hard to say no. Like, that's why we're so good at this, but also like why our poor families suffer.
It's a double-edged sword for sure.
Double-edged sword.
Yeah. But when you have two at least, on Shay and I, right? Like, it is when we cover for each other. So it's wonderful.
We do a lot
that
of that, tag teaming things, figuring out the best way to get everything done.
Mm-hmm. You ever have any arguments?
Her and I?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I feel like we just talk about things and we just want the best for each other. And so however we can go about doing that, that's easiest, quickest way.
Because Shay and I argue.
Do you guys argue?
Mostly it's me yelling. But
I can't even picture that.
How in the world did we not figure this? Yeah.
The other day, I came in here, I'm like, dude, are you okay?
The other day, I was overheating. Yeah, and I can't even remember. It's
He's
always
like, we're good. I'm like, okay.
it's always other people, right, that are dropping the ball somewhere.
It's outside
and they're just
factors.
like,
It's
how do we-"
outside factors.
Yeah, and that's the nature of our business.
Well,
But
she
it
can
be
tell when
nutty.
she can feel my energy when I'm like
Yes.
overwhelmed or disappointed, or I think she's so good at just being like, hey, we got this. I'll take this. Do you want me to take that? It's just way more that versus like any sort of contention of, I'll even tell her next time I want to do this better. And it's just no question. It's such a smooth.
Yeah, what can we learn?
Yeah.
What do we learn? How do we get better every time?
And
Yeah.
that's why she's a unicorn and I could not live without her.
That's awesome. That's awesome. He's the same way.
I could be better though. I think a lot of times I push back too much. I could be better at that. So Emma, I'm gonna take notes.
Totally.
No. Well, really, it is at the end of the day too. Is that I learn from you, and not only because you're sort of like the calm, mild-mannered guy. I'm a little more fiery. Always have been. So it's my family trait. But Shay is a mellow dude, and he's and so. Yeah, sometimes when we're working together, I can be a little much. But anyway, I learned from him in just it could be just technology, but it's a way. It's being open to a new way of doing the business. Honestly, so we all learn from each other in a lot of respects, and so that's the key. I think is to be able to feel like, okay, I can take information from somebody else and not let my ego get in the way and say, okay, that is a better way to do it. That is a better way to do it.
Huge. I think ego is such the death of deals, the death of
ego is the enemy.
Ego is the enemy in this industry, real estate,
Yeah.
mortgage, lending, like all of it. I just feel like agents get in the way of deals. Their need to prove something when it's like really at the end of the day, what is best for the person behind the curtains, which is our clients, and like just taking that step back. I even find myself, getting riled up sometimes when I recognize the other side is saying something that's inappropriate or like they're doing something really not cool to my client. I kind of start to get a little like,
Mama bear.
Mama bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, if my client is okay with what they're coming at us with, then I need to be okay with that, So,
Right.
So stepping out of the way, letting like chips fall where they may is huge.
Yeah.
But to talk about what you're saying, collaboration, oh my gosh, I don't know how people do this alone. I really don't. Like, I'm obsessed with our teamwork. I'm obsessed with our overall Hamilton group team. Like, we have a meeting once a week just to like say what our challenges are, what are people going through, how are we feeling? And I think it's such a lonely industry that I'm like, I don't know how people do this as a solo agent, do this as a solo person in your world. Like, I just think there's such a value to bouncing off others.
We talked about that actually, like being a real estate agent, one of the most lonely things, because it's you can be part of a big office, but you're an independent contractor and you're grinding through things on your own, really. I mean, you can talk to a broker, you can talk to colleagues a little bit, but really it's a kind of a lonely place unless you have a team, right? Like a really cohesive team. So it's tough, and you're making big decisions, and it's a really difficult profession. I know people don't give it, for the agents that are, come with the right hearts, you don't get enough credit. So
I think
I know that for a fact.
So many agents want to do it solo, and that's totally respect that too. But then you're coming back to your spouse at the end of the day. Then you're like breaking that boundary barrier again of like not being able to leave work at work and coming home and talking about it. And we kind of joked before we started getting on this about the rules you have to set in place. Like, my husband and I have our rule. He tells me, like, I need you to look at me and tell me you're putting your phone away for 20 minutes and I have your full attention.
Yeah.
And he's so right. Like, I do stay 24/7 engaged. I know Emma does the same. I know you guys do the same. It's like, no phones at the dinner table, put them away. It's these rules we have to set in place because we do open ourselves to all others and their schedules.
Yeah.
So it's hard to be the spouse of someone in real estate, and I have so much respect for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're a solo agent and you're coming home and that's the only person you're venting to, they're probably like, gosh,
What in the world?
I don't want to talk about your world anymore. You
Well,
know?
I noticed in my relationship too that because we have that dynamic, like, how was your day? Well, and it's like maybe a little bit more focus on the negatives.
Yes.
And my wife will do it as well. And we have to check each other and go, whoa, what was the best thing? You know, tell me the best thing
What's
that
our
happened.
peak? Yes.
Yeah, peaks and valleys, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Roses
exactly.
and thorns. Yeah. So I totally get it, and that's the hardest part. Like, what do you like least about the business, other than, is it schedule?
Ooh,
And
good
being plugged in
question.
24/7? I know I sprung that. I'm not going to get all.
No, that's
Yeah,
a
that is-
really
I asked
good
you if you
question.
guys fought
interesting.
earlier. I didn't want to get all Jerry Springer on you guys. I was like, you could like, remember that time? Yeah.
I
didn't mean to do that.
definitely, I think it's for me, I don't know. I like this part, but I also dislike this part of the therapy side of it. I think there's a balance. Our job is to be an emotional buffer, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's such a roller coaster of emotions, finding a home that you love, maybe getting it, maybe not getting it, then running into bumps. Like, it is really gut punching throughout the whole thing.
Right.
Maybe not getting the money you want, maybe needing like something you didn't know you needed. So constantly managing emotions.
Yeah.
I think that part sometimes is like, after enough of them back to back, it's like, I'm emotionally exhausted.
Yeah. I mean, it's like being what a therapist
It
would
is
go
like
through.
being a therapist. It is.
And we don't feel it to the same extent. But we do. It's interesting how we can also talk. We can be talking to somebody saying, okay, this is the perfect setup financially for you. This is what we want you to do. And for them to, them to be silence, right? Like, okay, something else is there, right? And they don't quite open up to their mortgage guys sometimes as they would to you. So that's why our collaboration
feel
is
it
so important.
Backwards too. Like,
Exactly.
where they'll hide stuff from us.
They will.
And only tell it to you. And
So that's
I'm
why
like,
the
we're here to
team-
help. Yeah. So being collaborative is huge.
Help me understand. Like, if I spend an hour laying out the perfect financial strategy and they're like, no, that doesn't really, I'm like, whoa, I thought this was a no-brainer. But,
Exactly.
and it's not, because there's something else out there that is,
or the also laying out the financial plan and then Bryan, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you told us exactly how we need to do this loan. But this guy over here,
We'll go work with someone else.
Right.
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
yeah.
You're like, yeah.
That's
a
huge
dagger.
in your
It's a
world
dagger.
for sure. Like, that part kind of bothers me, because I know when I tell them, like, you need to talk to Bryan and Shay, because I just know they're going to tell you to do the right thing and the best steps for it.
Yeah.
There's always the people that just shop around and still take your tips. And that's a really hard part for sure.
And it's always been part of the business, and we understand that, but we're hopeful that, and it's still that might be the toughest thing on our part, to really pour your heart in, and then for someone to not work with you, to work with somebody else because they're of some other reason, and it's tricky, but people just want to ultimately they're scared.
Yeah.
People are scared, and they don't want to make a mistake, and they want to do the best they can. And I get it. And so that's just part of human nature.
Yeah.
So just got to love on them no matter what.
That's true.
That's
And
basically it. And
I do think karma, it all comes back around,
Right.
Again, treating people the way you'd want to be treated. Like,
exactly.
it really does.
Yeah.
Those people that might not work with you will refer you to 5 others, sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Because they know you knew your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the best book, Emma? What's the best book you've read lately?
That's a good question.
And then you can say crazy, rom-com fiction thing if you want.
No, one of a recommendation from Sonny was Let Them, the Let Them theory.
Ooh, I love.
And that one I listened to as an
Robin.
audiobook, but I loved it.
Yeah.
And it was helpful in this business, always thinking,
Let them.
this is this person's doing this, or this happened with this situation, let it happen. There's not much we could do. We just move forward onto the next thing.
That is so,
or
that's
onto
so
the
good.
next house for our buyers.
She's amazing.
That's a good one.
I love her
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a great response.
Mel, you owe me
Yeah.
one. You should recommend us, Mel.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Referral fee.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
hey,
that's great.
Yeah,
That
it
is a
was
good
great.
one. Yeah.
And now when we talk, we're like, you know what? Let them.
That's great.
And we do all the
using it.
time.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah, I need to read it again. I know I read it this year, but it is huge.
How about you? Or maybe just a very impactful book or
Well,
teaching that you've had?
I'm reading Good Energy right now, which was a recommendation of actually an agent I hugely look up to. And I really like that. It's a lot more like manifestation and, putting out just constant like good energy and positivity and versus the harping on the negative stuff, just trying to bring to light constant, forward motion, whether that's success and finance or whether that's happiness and life and family and kids and all that. So I really like that manifestation feel. For this year, for me, it's been huge. And
Wow, that's amazing. That sounds like a great one. I hadn't heard of that.
it's really good. And then my favorite, I think, all-time book for real estate was The Go-Giver.
Yeah.
That's like a staple. I feel like they tell every kid in real estate school to read it, but I do love it. Like your income is determined by your service to others is absolutely what we align with most, I think.
I mean, you think about it in life, right? Like we are servants. I mean, that I think is the point for, seems like trying to serve people. Obviously, you need to take care of yourself as well and your loved ones, but you're serving them as well. So I think that's what we're supposed to be doing. So, this business is really allows a lot of opportunities for service. So it's kind of
What about you guys?
What about us?
What are your best
man.
books?
As a Man Thinketh.
As a Man
It's
Thinketh?
a short read. It was recommended to me by my wife,
That's like all-time classic.
but
It's an old
is highly recommended. Such a quick read, but it basically talks about how your thoughts end up becoming your reality and how
Love it.
that can affect you both on the downside or the upside. And I love that one. So thank you to my wife.
It's a
for
good
that
one. Super old.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm going
that's
to
a great
read
one.
it. I'm into all the manifesting.
Yes.
Yes.
That's cool. There's another good manifesting one that I read called The Source, which was also a nice book.
Yes, someone
Yeah.
else has recommended this.
That's a manifestation book
Okay.
too. I listened to it, and it's one of those books where it's got some exercises. So I need to actually get the hard copy and do the exercises, because when you're driving down the road and you're listening, you're not really acting on the exercises. So that's a good one. Right now I'm reading the 3-minute rule, which is about how do you get ideas across. Could be your pitch, like who you two are, in 3 minutes. And it was by this guy, or less is even better, but it was by a guy who did this he would pitch he would pitch
Hollywood shows.
Yeah, that's the right word. And so he did The Biggest Loser and a couple of other kind of big shows. But how do you get that presented? How do you pitch it in 3 minutes or less? And so he now has a way of doing that. Anyway, there's a whole system to it. So
I love
that's what
that because you lose people's attention really quickly. So that's
it's
easy.
really like, how do you really just organize your thoughts to the point where you can say what you do and who you are in just a few words, or a few
Right.
sentences? How do you get that across? So I'm totally digging it. And it's one of those things where you just, put yellow
That's
stickies up on the
powerful.
wall, just one word things, and then you kind of distill it down. Anyway, it's it's pretty cool.
I
3-minute
love
rule.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just the most recent one, but I like to get 3/4 of the way through a book and then start another one.
I love that.
I'm that kind of guy.
I definitely. That's why audiobooks are really working out for us.
Yes.
Is we're just like constantly on the road, but it's so helpful.
Totally.
Another
Yeah.
great one is Unreasonable Hospitality. I love that book. It was written by like a guy who he runs now like one of the most successful restaurants in New York, but he started on like the really low end, and basically it's the art of listening, right? The art of like hearing what someone actually wants. It doesn't have to be 5-star, but it's a great book, I think, for us as realtors, like gift giving or, something. Not everybody needs a super fancy bottle of wine that might not relate to them at all.
Yeah.
One of my favorites was one of our clients, like they always talk to me about how they'd come to town to see their grandkids and take them to In-N-Out. Every time they come to town, they take them as their like treat. So for their closing gift, we got them sweatshirts of In-N-Out, and the baby got baby outfits of In-N-Out. So they could all go together, and they loved it. It's like so much more purposeful, direct, for someone versus just like
there's a gift certificate.
The standard.
Even the gift certificate to In-N-Out, right? Like
Exactly.
That wouldn't have been as good.
All it is listening. And I think that's like the biggest thing. And Emma is so good at is like, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. And like hearing someone out, what they want, what they don't want, versus like imposing what you want onto them, or like what's the best move for them. So
that's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, that's so great. Yes.
Well, we are coming up on 150. So
Okay.
I know you guys got to go, but thank you so much for coming to Incline.
I want to do this more.
Us.
I want to do this again.
I know.
Me too.
This is not enough. I had like
I love it.
20 more questions.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy to come
First
back
of many.
anytime.
Yeah.
We'll do all our deep dives.
We just want to thank you so much, though, because
Thank you.
We've had such a great partnership, and I keep thinking, like, how do we make it better? How do we make it better? I keep telling Shay, we should meet with them quarterly, but really, I mean, we're doing it, right? And we can, I feel like I never want to bother you, right? But
I feel like I don't want to.
I want to kind of play.
Bad. We'll have like a team bonding,
and then we can, team bonding, and then we'll invite our significant others.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Exactly. There we go. And you're never ever a bother, by the way. We always love that. I know I tell Emma, I'm like, we're on the phone so much where it's now I'm like a texter now. It's
I know that about you. Texting
you're really, really
is
good.
awesome. Yeah.
But I know I joke about this, but you guys just truly are such incredible professionals and make our job so much easier to just hand that side of it off and never have to worry and check in on things. It's just so easy, and our clients feel so supportive that now I'm like, I love calling you Mortgage Jesus and Mortgage God. But it's
that is so great.
I can be your Instagram handle now.
I need to grow a little white beard.
You do.
Okay, I will.
You need to
That's
go
my winter
full
thing. It'll
Gandalf,
be my winter thing.
and like
I'll go
he'll
Gandalf.
have his hair down.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, that is so funny. Thank you.
Thank you
that's
for
awesome.
having us. This is really fun.
Thank you. We'll have to have nicknames for you too. I'll think about that.
I know.
That'll be our next one.
Totally.
Totally.
Awesome.
Cool.